So for this final piece, I wanted to talk a little bit about a feature that we recently added, a feature to Waybe 2.0. It's a pretty exciting feature, and what it does is it lets you really unfold almost any model that can physically be unfolded with a little bit of user input help. So I'll describe how to do that. Right now I'm building the Taj Mahal. This is a small piece of it, and I pulled it off the Taj Mahal and then I tested it, and it worked initially. But I didn't really like the unfold very much. It's kind of, if I envision cutting this out, it's going to mean a bunch of slices down the middle and reattachment. It's not going to be the nicest thing. I'd rather have these walls that are kind of sticking out all attached together, or at least a bunch of them attached together. So let's see if we can do that. So what this feature does, it lets you manipulate individual edges and faces. So we'll start by going to the Waybe preferences and turning it on. Right now we have unfold guides are hidden. We'll click show, and then we'll be able to see them. So for this piece right now, what this green outline means is that this face of the piece will act like the base face. So by base face, what I mean is I click on that and you can see that the whole model is centered around that piece, around the base face. It acts as the foundational piece around which all the other pieces are unfolded. So we've selected that as the base face. Let's select another one as the base face. For instance, this one. So what we do is we right click, we select on a face, and then we right click and then we click face, and you'll see it switched from that face to this face. Now this isn't a very smart choice, because as you can see, this piece, this attached face here, will be forced to unfold around that, and so will this and this, and then these faces here might unfold around that piece, and you'll see there might be some overlap problems. I'm not sure. Let's try it. So if we click on this and then try to unfold it, sure enough, this is a great example of a piece that doesn't unfold. As you can see that on the screen in this area here, there's some overlap going on, and you'll notice I don't get any background. I don't get a red, I don't get a blue. And what it's saying when you don't get any background is that it didn't unfold correctly or successfully and won't be able to print. So it's a warning to you. So when you see that, you basically either want to make the object more simple in some way, or now that we have these new functions available, you can go in and make things that traditionally would not be unfoldable, and you can make them unfoldable in a matter of minutes or even less. So in the case of this piece, it's as simple as assigning this face as the base, and right away it's unfoldable. But now we also want to, let's say, make it a little better unfoldable, so it's not such an ugly unfold. So the way we can do that is through edge setting. So we've shown you base setting. There's only the base face option. You can select any face as the base. The option you can do is you can select edges, and you can specify them as either broken or fixed, or broken without a tab. So what that means is, in the case of this, each of the walls that are spread out here are broken one from another. I can go in here, I can select an edge, and I can force it to be fixed. So let's select a few of them like that. And all that's telling it is that I want those edges to not be broken. I want them to stay together. So if I do the unfold now, you'll see that these faces at the bottom are now all attached to each other, and the reason they're attached is because I've assigned them to be fixed. Similarly, I can also force two faces to have a broken edge in between them. So let's find an edge that maybe we want to break. Okay, so let's say we want to break, well, it's a little tricky to see, but let's say we want to break some of these connections here. So we can click on that face, that face, that face, hit broken, and you'll see a red outline. And that's telling you that those edges are going to try to break. Yeah, and that actually happened to be some good choices, because by breaking those faces, they had to find another face to connect to, and it happened to be the faces that we wanted them to connect to. Well, that brings us to an end of the Waybe tutorials. It's great to have you watching today. Hope that these tutorials are helpful and that you're able to build lots of cool SketchUp models and then build them in real life. Good luck.